keep it real with you, it's an hour for that.
And we're live here on the LI Sports Network, a junior varsity matchup between the Longwood Lions and the KPC Knights. The Knights rolling into this game 5-3 as a shot is instantly played down. Covered up for our first whistle. Longwood coming into this game an impressive 5-1-2, one of the very rare teams with 2 ties at this point across any division of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. As we'll take a draw over to the left side of Christopher Guarnieri, who is getting the start in net for KPC. On the other end, it's Mark Nasarino. That is your goaltender matchup for today's contest. Shepard trying to poke it off the boards. Pops free for Schwartz. Has Coyle as they work it up the rink. Coyle harassed from behind by Nicordi. Pops off the wall a couple of times. Looked like Longwood could get the clear. Coyle still hot on the trail. Almost forcing a turnover down low. Now does pry the puck away. Goes around and Smith takes control. Smith up to the blue line. Fanned on initially, and now Longwood will get the clear. Turns into an icing as Shepard wasn't able to haul in the pass. And we'll take our second whistle as Kevin Schwartz goes back for it. Schwartz has been putting on a good season for himself so far as we look over to the leaders of either team. Kevin Schwartz leading the way for KPC in assists with a total of 8. Jake Coyle has a total of 7 goals. He leads KPC in that category. And Matthew DeFeo overall in points has the most with 10. That man going back for it there. Coyle twirling around to get free from Lorenzo. Looks for a D-to-D pass now. It's banked off the walls. Pugh taps, watching her. Battling past the blue line. Looking for some space. Back pass will go around DeFeo. Moeller will go after it as it goes all the way down in front of Chris Guarnieri. Watching her. Again past the blue. Pulls up at the half wall, sends a back pass. Comes around for Coyle. Coyle with room. His shot hit off a stick. Still comes out in front and almost poked into the net. Nasarino was over in time, but that would have been a tough shot to save. Coyle trying to dig it free. Turns it over accidentally. Hickson gets it ahead. Poked off his stick. Back for his defensive partner in Byers. As we already have a couple of minutes gone by here in the first period on the LI Sports Network. My name's Kevin Broderick, joined by Wally Mitchell. Got another game going on behind us, a developmental matchup. Magnus Healy on the call for that, joined by Brady Campbell on the board, as well as Paul Trentini operating the camera. As we're going to get a quiet whistle to stop play there. 12:33 left in the first, as I believe the puck hit off of someone on Longwood's bench. Landman joining the game a little later. Face-off one back. Waterman popping it up and out of play. Geekus wins the face-off. Waterman looking ahead. Landman has a couple of options in front of him. Slips one past the blue line. Back are the Lions. Taibbi with control as he dives around his own goal line. Taibbi reversing the play, looking for a pass over to Ryan Fink, not out of the zone. Comes back to Nasarino, and he'll cover up. Waiting for a whistle. It took a while to come in. Does nonetheless. Slow start to the first period. Plenty of whistles going back and forth. Plenty of line changes as a result of it. We'll see 10 new players out onto the rink. Coyle on the tie-up, pushes it ahead. Costanzo tried to cut off the breakout attempt, but he goes all the way back. Bamonte challenged, his stick lifted. McCourty trying to get it up the wall. Coyle comes back for it. Collects on his backhand and breaks through a couple of stick checks. Coyle still holding on to it. Fades past the blue, slides it past left, gets it right back at the goal line. Give and go still operating before it's speared away by McCourty. Chance to clear, blocker to side. Karam's off to the corner, Smith racing after it. Gets past him, and now it's Shepard into a 2-on-1 if he goes quickly. Schwartz trying to direct the traffic. Shepard a shot, and it's saved. Guarnieri got in front. I think it hit off his mask, trying to track the puck below him. McCourty has it again, trying to bump with the back. Rims the puck around the boards, and it looks like Schwartz will be the first one to it. Schwartz sends it ahead to Smith. Smith loading up his cannon, fires it above the crossbar. Sits now down low below the net. Hickson the first one onto it, trying to find an outlet pass off the near side. Shepard losing it in his skates as Costanzo tries to kick it away from him. Pops free for Schwartz. Couldn't bank it around Shepard. He'll travel back to his own end. Sweeping it through traffic. Goes to Smith. Sent to the opposite side. Washington chasing. Byers there for it. D-to-D pass. About 5 minutes gone by. Pokes free by Coyle. High into the slot. Had trouble controlling it. Now looks behind him. Costanzo will wrap it around. James Foy there. Turns it over to Shepard on the boards. Couldn't clear. It's off for Schwartz. Walks past a pair. Schwartz cutting middle. Still with control. Pops free for a shot, and it's instantly a stick to side by Longwood. Schwartz with it again. Dances down the middle. Schwartz with room to shoot. Closed on quickly. Foy trying to follow it up. Rattles around towards the goal line. .9:45 left in the first period. Puck goes out to Coyle. Off to his right with Schwartz. He'll dump it in and go off for a change. In deep for Hickson to try to play. Longwood still deep in their zone. Laro has the room to skate this one forward. In front is Coyle, interrupting that centering attempt. Longwood still hold on to it. Top right circle, good move. Puck out in front, one save, but a follow-up shot, and Longwood score. First goal of the game, Lions on top. And we're back to center ice. Geekus trying to get it off to Landman. Shimmies over to Taibbi and now dumped in off the backhand by Arenzo. Fink trying to get there first. Smacked away from him, but it carries around the boards. Landman off to Coyle. Good spin move to break it free. Geekus swings it to Landman. Has room to walk up past the blue line. Dropping it behind, interrupted by Longwood, slides around for a shot. Good save by Nasarino. Barrow gets the clear. Longwood with some room to operate. Orenzo was looking for Smith on that play. Smith gets to it, pokes it out in front. Guarnieri puts it back down. Landman swinging it up. Byers back for it. Swirls it around the boards. Taken by Smith. He'll try to clear on his forehand. Interrupted. Travels unharmed in the zone. To the blue line again. This time Landman to hold. It goes past him. Geekus to recover. Dumped in now. It should be an icing, and we'll get the whistle. There's 7:46 remaining in the first period. Just about halfway gone by. Shot. Corner area glove save. Face off. Smith almost got something from it. Goes back to the other Smith. Gets it ahead to Coyle. Trying to break free with some speed. Coyle dicing it up, going towards the slot. Interrupted, and it's poked away. Homus looking to clear off the near side. Held alive by John Burke. It ends up deflecting around and going down the ice. 7:22 remaining in the first period. Now officially halfway through. Smith will go in for the faceoff. Check that Coyle taking the opportunity. Face-off. One to Shepard in the neutral zone. Shepard looking for McCourty. Turns it over. Back with Smith. Twirls around and looks to the far side with Burke. Trouble with the puck. Could turn it over to Taibbi. Taps it right back to Burke. Instantly pressured, but not into a turnover as he had Smith to help him out behind. Smith weaving through traffic, looking off to Costanza. Couldn't fire the shot from the slot. Right back out in front, and Longwood are there in time. They'll clear it off one pass. McCourty breaking through a pair on his forehand. His shot interrupted by his stick. Bounces free to Shepard, trying to pass it up the wall, but can't. Burke was right in front of him. Lead pass through traffic again to Smith. Dangles past one. Smith out in front. His shot interrupted by McCourty this time. Coyle jousting for it low. Bellaro spins around in his zone, has Taibbi open, looks for the home run pass, and Schwartz cuts it off. Schwartz flips it into the zone, allowing his forwards to chase after it into the left wing corner. Watchinger is the first one there, into a 2-on-1, needs some help from Bamonte. Puck still hemmed in below the goal line as the Lions try to break it free on the near side. Good pass from Shepard. Off to McCourty. Dumps in at the blue. Rattles around. Bamonte on the backhand. Instantly hit by McCourty. Gets it off for a centering feed. And Guarnieri was there in time. Shepard twirls it around. McCourty trying for a shot. Hits it off the apron. Pops again free, but this time a stick check will get it away from Shepard and instead to Coyle. His speed past the blue. Has Smith to follow up behind. Smith with options. His shot. He scores. Top right corner. 1-1 the score now as KPC even us. Watchinger gets it off to Pugh on the ensuing draw. Breaks past the blue line, fading it down low, looking for a centering feed, and Nasarino got a piece. Dangerous opportunities back-to-back for the Knights. Could be into a turnover here. Fink trying to get to it. Coyle stretches out as far as possible and does take the puck away. Fink trying to dump in. Taps it past the blue, looking for the return feed. Slides under his stick. Watching her. Good move on Hickson. Still holding on to it. Team offsides. They got to check up, so this is plenty of time for Maresca down low to do whatever they wants. Bank pass. Given a Coyle. Couldn't slide it through a couple of skates, and it's a turnover out in front of the net. Good save from Guarnieri. Coyle with plenty of time as he dices past the center line. Looking at power move in front. Sticked away from watching her as well. Muller tries to hold. A couple of players spilled down, but no penalties called from the referees. Watching her D-to-D pass. Rattled up the boards. Did Pugh get a piece of it? Referees are going to call an icing saying no. And 4:07 left. It will go back to the offensive end for the Lions. Tim Smith in for the draw. Gets it back to Taibbi. Across the blue line. Wrister on net is wide off to the right side. Taibbi will hold it there, traveling back down the wall. Smith a tip in front, and I believe Guarnieri made a save. Still alive for Longwood. They try to battle it back out in front. Tim Smith had it jousted away. Not cleared out of the zone just yet. Baller doing a good job. One more opportunity, and KPC can clear. At least forcing a reset. Tap past the Baller. Geekus will meet him down low in the corner. Centering feed does slide through the slot. Chance to clear now for the Knights. It's up to the blue line, not out. Another wrister on net. Guarnieri will pop the rebound for Burke below the goal line. Pressured on the forecheck, rims it around. Watching her, one more pass to get the clear. Can't get it past, and a second opportunity on the strike from Burke will get it over. Geekus lost his handle, gets the puck back. Spins around one. Geekus on the forehand shot, glove save from Nasarino, though it was traveling wide. Under 3 minutes to play in the first period. Another bounce pass up the boards. Pamonti to Schwartz. Schwartz tips it around one, then has it ripped away from his stick. Zaino can't do much with it. It's back for Schwartz. Trying to battle past the blue. Schwartz, contact on his left shoulder. Pulls up, pass to the middle. A shot is wide. 2:30 remaining now. Plenty of pressure for KPC. Pass rattles off a Longwood Lion at the blue line and goes out of the zone. Schwartz goes back for it. On a long shift, Schwartz mishandling the puck. Gets it safely back to Bamonti. Fires it past the blue line. Taibbi with it again. Looking for room, turns it over. Costanzo poked it out in front. No one was there from KPC. It's instead with Shepard. He races for some open rink. Coyle on him, forcing a turnover. Costanzo trying to put it up the wall. Blocked off. Now into the high slot the Lions can clear. Hickson to the circle. Backhander. He scores! Awkward angle, but gets it done regardless. 2-1 Lions. Coyle back to center ice, his team trailing once again in this game. The goal from Ryan Hickson at 141 will go down as unassisted. A nice play from number 14. Lions right back to work. Big hit into the corner. Pops free from Muller. One pass up but not out. McCourty sandwiches the puck on the wall, looking for help from Shepard. Slides free to Taibbi. Not a lot of time, and he'll turn the puck over. Taibbi gets it back. This time, nudges it for Shepard. Pulls up on the skates. Instantly pressured again. McCourty looking for some room. Checked by Muller. Shepard swoops in. Shepard trying to jam it out in front. Couple of shots. Guarnieri was strong on the post. Shepard still down low. Ripped away, and it's Coyle now. Up the center of the rink. He'll clear it off the backhand. Could pop free for Smith. Stick lift on Taibbi. Looks to go for the backhand, and it's saved by Nasarino. Watchinger will enter to the draw with a new line out. Instantly tapped in front. Pugh trying to find the final tee. Watchinger another opportunity. Wrister goes wide. Maresca trying to clear as the Lions are in a little bit of trouble on this shift. Another turnover. Passed out in front. Watchinger saved by Nasarino. Take a replay of that here on the LI Sports Network. 23 seconds left in the period. Puck free in the corner. Taibbi battling for it, joined by Hickson. They can't find the clear off the perimeter. Rattles back deep into their zone. Smith, a nice twirl, sends it out in front. Watchinger losing it in his skate, still gets it on net. Scramble on the right side, and it deflects off. Lions with a couple of nice stands at the end of the first, and after 15, it's a 2-1 score in favor of Longwood. We'll be right back here on the LI Sports Network with the start of the second.
A turnover, here's Bonkov. Bonkov takes the shot and scores! Winner spun around Inga. Inga out in front, shot for Blaster. Oh, what a save! Kasper Stabinski. Of the season for Ryan Schwartz. McCauley looking to respond, he does!
Backing pass to Verona, back to Harrison. Gives it to Moreau in the slot. One more time, Lemera's shot, rebound, they score!
Barbieri is going to spring ahead on a break. Barbieri to his backhand. He scores!
And we're back on the LI Sports Network for the start of the second period. A fresh 15 on the clock. KPC with a lot of good pressure at the end of the first. It's Schwartz to break through. A tester shot onto Nasarino. Blocks it up high. Hickson trying to twirl it around the glass. Does get it out of the zone. Watching her back for it. Has Bamonti as an option. Instead turns it over. Rattles right back to him. Watching her. Now feeds Bamonti. With some time and space. Right up the rink. Now past the blue for Pugh. With Taibbi close in on him. Pugh sliding it. Watching her. Looking to dance in the slot. Tapped away from him. Bamonti to hold it. Off to Kevin Schwartz. Now he's down Main Street. Schwartz with a shot. Ends up elevating it above the crossbar. Watching her. Turning it back to the slot. Giving it to Bamonti with sticks out in front. The shot is denied. Longwood trying to clear. It goes back to Schwartz. Looking for room off to the wall. Schwartz barreling down low. His shot saved Nasarino. Pugh trying to get onto the rebound, and it spills over to the half wall. Pugh jukes past one. Forces the puck low. Taps it around high, and it's a turnover. Lions can almost clear. They do get it away. Kevin Schwartz so close to keeping that play alive. Lions would have been in a lot of trouble. They had a man already streaking down the ice. It would have been an odd rush. Watching her. Now into one odd rush. Taibbi the lone man back. Pass across. Geekus. Rebound. Watching her scores. 2-2 game. Under 13 minutes to play in the second period. Puck chased down by Muller. Into a 2-2 tilt now, so KPC have come back to tie this game twice. Now looking for their first lead. McCourty and the rest of his team trying to prevent that. Going to be another offensive zone face-off. Nick Shepard will line up for the one-timer. McCourty can get it back to him, but he deflects on the shot. Ends up as a turnover, and Smith will lift it away on a backhander. Taking him right back by Longwood as Costanza wasn't able to hold on. Centering feed to Smith. Backhander whistles across the crease. Taibbi flying down to pinch in. Takes the puck off the boards. Taibbi looking for a pass, has Shepard at the near point. Karam's off to the corner. Coyle rolls it around. Costanzo there, trying to clear, and will get it through. KPC going to be called offsides. Puck dropped. Coyle can't win it. Byers flicks the puck around. Fink couldn't hold it. Rimmed off the high glass, but not out of the zone. Watching her a chance to clear. Goes up to Byers at the far point. Fumbled the puck a couple of times, and it's poked past him. There for Maresca. Coyle had trouble with the pass all the way down. No icing, so Hickson's going to have to do this the hard way. Hickson accidentally overskating it. Had Byers there just in case. In the neutral zone for Burke. Sends a pass to Fink. Wrong man. Fink looking for a pass. Does get it out in front. A shot upcoming, and Watchinger makes the save. Excuse me, Garnieri with the save. Home run pass to Smith was cut off by Byers. Across the rink for Smith. He'll turn it over, frustrated. Maresca past the blue, pulls up, twirls it down low. Fink trying to get there. Couple of passes and KPC are out. Coyle looking for the shot, sends it high and wide on the right side. Bounce off the end boards, held in by KPC, worked back to Coyle. Looking for options. Coyle sending it across the rink. Caught up, and Costanzo got a shot off of it. Awkward broken play right there. Kevin Schwartz swinging it down the wall. Turnover to Hickson. Trying to beat Coyle. Throws it around him, but Coyle reaches back forward. Looking for a centering feed. Puck out in front. Schwartz trying to turn around for the shot with room. Saved by Nocerino. .10:06 remaining in the second period. We're watching the Long Island Sports Network. Draw on the offensive end. Watchinger can't win it out. Tipped out of the zone. Schwartz doing a good job to angle off the attack, but it's still in the offensive end. Shot will ring off the outside of the net. Clearing opportunity off the far wall. Bamonte will break it through. Battered past the blue line as KPC look for more offense. Comes free. Macklin Smith onto his skate with Taibbi. His shot saved by Guarnieri. Smith back for it, looking for Taibbi. Sends it a little over to his right side. Taken down by Pugh and out of the zone. Into some space with Watchinger. Has Schwartz as the trailer. Hands it off to him. Schwartz looking for options. Sends it towards the middle, but it's through the traffic. Off to the corner for Longwood to try to clear. Up and out of the zone. Bamonte, the lone man, back. Slides it into some space. Watching her with it now. Sends it back to Bamonte. Has Kevin Schwartz, but mishandled. And it's now a turnover. Save made. Guarnieri couldn't get there. It just snuck through him. 3-2 Longwood. Third lead of the night for the Lions. It's been back and forth the entire time. McCourtry on a give and go. Geekus closed in on him, swings it off to the far side. Byers might have turned it over. Landman will pick it up. Landman still with it at the goal line, looking middle, taken by Byers. He'll leave it off for his captain. Deflects it off the boards, and Shepard will sweep it free. Shepard into a 2-on-2. Shimmies past the blue line. Shepard off to the corner, looking out in front. It hits off the skate blade of a KPC defender. Back to the perimeter. Byers a long blast. It's saved and covered up by Guarnieri. McCourtry for the draw. Comes dangerously to Coyle. Puts it below his net. Outlet to Landman. Couldn't handle it. Hickson trying to keep it alive. Pressured at the blue line and now pried free. Byers gains the red and sends it forward. Moeller collects. Traveling down low. Not a lot of options for him. Has a teammate to join in for help. About half of this game gone by as the clock hits 7:40. Shepard, a saucer, intercepted partially, held in the zone as Coyle will now race forward into the corner. Landman a good stick lift on Shepard as those two do battle. Sent down low. Longwood. Lots of fancy feet. Given to Hickson, a long blast with traffic, save made. Guarnieri trying to cover it up, still alive. They score. Opportunities out in front, and Longwood into their first multi-goal lead. KPC now down by 2. Trying to come back into this game as they'll take possession off the face-off. Smith taps it in. Longwood continue to put the pressure on. Puck rattling around, just barely squeaking out. Taibbi with space. Starts his journey. A little bit of speed as the clock goes down to 6:35. Taibbi wrapping around. Has options at the blue line. Almost cut off. Jake Coyle could have been onto a breakaway had he intercepted it. Now a pass across, but no shot. Guarnieri could be tested here regardless as the puck is just whipping all over the place. Sent ahead. Pass intercepted. Maresca on a long ranger, and Guarnieri flashes the leather to meet the stop. 6:09 remaining in the second. Face off, maybe one a little too cleanly as Taibbi has to race back for it. Held up on the boards. Coyle almost came away with it. Still bouncing around between a couple of sticks, now dumped in at the red line. Would have been an icing, but it went on net, so Guarnieri had to make the stop. Burke trying to clear, Fink cuts him off. Puck sits free as Fink gets to it first. Lifts it off the backhand. Around for Smith. Sends it back the way it came. Burke has it poked away by Fink. Could find some room here. Fink sends it out in front. One-timer on the opportunity, and Guarnieri gets there. Covered up by the netminder for KPC. Keeps his team down by 2. Macklin Smith will step up for the face-off now. It's one back to Kevin Schwartz for KPC. Holds below his goal line. Finds the open man. Mishandled a little bit by Foy. Byers accelerates. Jousted away, but kept in the zone. Schwartz pulling up in the corner. Tries to slide it past Byers. Smith with it now. Centering feed broken up, and it's out for KPC in transition. They go 3-on-2 past the blue line. Looking for a shot, saved by Nasserino. Pops free. Bamonte extending his stick will hold the zone. Slides his pass left. Back to Bamonte at the goal line. Just give and go. Chance for Washington. Cuts middle to Kevin Schwartz. Skate to stick. Sliding it, but intercepted. Cleared almost out of the end, and Bamonte couldn't get there in time. Watching her for Schwartz. Loses. Hickson on the dump in. Make that Smith on the dump in. Bamonte with possession. Instantly off to Kevin Schwartz. He has plenty of ice to skate this up. Relax past the blue line. Gives it to Walkinger. Through one stick check from Shepard. Carries it back to the half wall. Curling it around. Walkinger just has to hold the zone. Turns it over to Byers. Byers up for Shepard. Leaves it. Longwood with speed. Could get numbers down low at the net. Guarnieri was ready for any shot that came through, but Bamonte did a good job bottling up the man in front of him. Long ranger, and it's in! Tip down low. At the very least, Hickson gets an assist, if not a goal. Five to 2, the score for Longwood. They're up by 3 and are running away with this lead. Geekus on the center ice tie-up will get it back for KPC in desperate need of offense. McCourtry will force a turnover and dump it in. Hits off the skates of Coyle. Races for it, tied up by McCourtry down low. Geekus joins the fray. It's kicked aside. KPC find it again. Can't clear past Taibbi. A long ranger, another tip. McCourtry almost had a goal. 3:15 left in the second. KPC got to find some reverse switch. Geekus banks it around Shepard. Landman couldn't get there first, so it's Shepard in the corner, dancing around 2. Rattles up the wall, another long-range shot, more traffic. Guarnieri makes this stop. Coyle trying to shut the play down. Back out for Ballard. Longwood just doing whatever they want with the puck right now. Could have finally be broken free as Coyle has it. Shimmies it left. Tapped ahead by Landman, but not into the zone. Not a lot going right for KPC at this point. They're going to turn it over at the blue line. Racing in on net. Guarnieri makes the save, but a penalty upcoming. Lions to the power play for the next 2 minutes. Hooking the official call. So it's Landman into the box. Will be 5-on-4 for almost the remainder of the second. Hickson couldn't hold it off his stick. Trying to swing it past Smith, will dump it in. Cleared out for a second time. KPC off to a good start on this PK. Byers again at the red line. Could dump in, but he'll walk it up himself. Gives the puck off to his left side for a shot. Guarnieri the save. .207 left in the second. .35 on the power play. Important face-off upcoming. KPC win the initial bout. Could follow it up as Washinger gets it. Flips it forward, and it will clear the zone after deflecting off the shoulder of Matthew Smith. Byers carrying it up the board, running into one of his own teammates. Longwood having a little bit of trouble breaking it past the blue. They'll give it right back to Coyle to kill off more time. .10 remaining. Coyle through a couple of checks with some speed as he rattles down to the goal line, overskates his own possession. Now it's back out for Fink. Burke interrupting a little bit. Burke could have taken it away there, but Longwood are past the blue with numbers. Pass over to Fink, looking for a one-timer. Guarnieri didn't need to get over for the save as it went wide right. 50 seconds left on the power play now. 1:18 in the period. Longwood looking for another centering feed. Guarnieri got the mitten on top. Forces another whistle. Slap to the blue line, not out. Lions with 33 seconds to operate in the 5-on-4. Taibbi's shot knocked aside by Mamonti. Centering feed went right to KPC again. Taibbi traveling past the blue, fading to the right side, all the way through the slot. Shot went right into Bamonti. He battles to get it out with less than 10 seconds left on the power play now. Should be killed soon. Five-on-4 will end. KPC get through it without giving up a bigger lead, but Longwood still control this game in its entirety. Under 20 seconds to play in the period. Zaino slides it out. Ballard could be into a breakaway here. Collects it on the backhand. One-on-one with the goaltender. Cuts it across. He scores! .6-2 Longwood. They didn't need the power play goal because a breakaway will do. Excuse me, it was Christopher Bellaro with the goal. One final shot from Coyle, ramps off a stick, goes into the end boards, and that will do it for us here in the second period. We'll be right back on the LI Sports Network for the start of the final 15.
Nooner poked one ahead. Mast back with it. Nice play. Mast spinning. What a save. Morbillo.
Base for Catalo. Catalo driving. Floats it on goal. Azzariti got the shot. Save made. Rebound. What a stop by Hanley.
Montenegro. Up the wall, Monkwitz takes it away. Martorello to Monkwitz. Monkwitz out in front. Oh, what a save, Aguirres! Ganesi around one. Ganesi trying to get around Melendez. Takes the shot. He scores! What?
And we're back for the third period here on the LI Sports Network. Longwood into a 6-2 tilt. Accelerating this game in the second period, trying to close it out into the third for their sixth win of the season. It would put them 6-1-2 overall. KPC would fall down to 5-4, but still plenty of hockey to play here on the South Rinks before we get that final result. Maybe another opportunity, but Longwood called offsides. Coyle off the draw. KPC will get it out, but it's given right back over to Byers. Shepard wrapping around his own end. Has options to try to break it free. McCourtry settling a wild puck. Splits through one, trying to get past Coyle. Still holding on to it below the goal line. Turns it over to Geekus, who slaps it out. McCourtry sends it out in front. Guarnieri trying to get there, and it looks like he'll make the save. He's been peppered all day with plenty of guys just standing in the blue paint. Longwood playing a solid physical game. KPC trying to find a centering bid. Another shot, top left corner this time. Bellaro makes it back-to-back. Extends the lead to 5 now. And this rush didn't look like much until right there when he snaps the shot off. Little too much room to give Chris. Scores it with 9 seconds left in the second. Then again, just now, 13:20, the official timestamp. Puck will be touched by Longwood on their bench, so we'll get a whistle to stop play. Lions definitely playing one of their best games of the season. Geekus on the draw, trying to win it back for his troops. Changes hands a couple of times, and now it's Fink on the lead pass. Fink, a saucer to the middle. Longwood had numbers there, comes right back to Fink. Tries to blast it to the blue paint. Knocked aside. Waterman has his stick lifted. Bellaro with it again. Sweeps it past the blue with his backhand. Schwartz pushed off the puck, but has teammates there to support him. It's Geekus here. Long shot. Nasarino gets it into the leather. Face off one right to Schwartz. Room in the slot. His shot. Nasarino ate it up. Another face-off towards Schwartz, but this time bounces off the wall and away. Schwartz dancing through a couple of checks into the high slot. Schwartz fading right. His shot blocker save this time, Nasarino. Rebound almost came to KPC, but instead Longwood have some room up the near wall and out. Schwartz on the reload this time, working past the referee. Looks out in front. His shot saved by Nasarino. Mark with consecutive good stops to keep this a 5-goal advantage for Longwood. You asked me before the game, would not have predicted a score like this. Two teams very tight, been playing well all year. It's just Longwood's night right now. Taibbi will take it off the draw. Swings it around the board. Schwartz picks it down. Schwartz tied up, and Taibbi will take it back. Ahead to Shepard. One-timer. Bellaro, he could be on for a third, a natural hat trick maybe. Looking for the pass instead. Shot saved. Guarnieri got to the left side of the crease in time. Schwartz racing ahead. Schwartz cutting through the defense. His shot down low, saved by Nasarino, was taken out, and a little bit of frustration from KPC on the non-call on that play. Icing will be whistled, so at least they'll go back to the offensive end. But Kevin Schwartz definitely took a big spill right there, and well. And Schwartz will be put in the box now. I assume that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct of some sort, and he'll be kicked out of the game on top of that. So Kevin Schwartz will be listed as an unsportsmanlike conduct 2-minute minor and a 10-minute misconduct. There has to be a match penalty on top of that, as he was put off the ice already. But that hasn't updated just yet. So Longwood will go on to the power play. Already up by 5 goals. Ryan Hickson glides up the ice, dumps in. Muller trying to flip it out of the zone, bounces over the stick of Hickson. Back for Byers. Shepard whips it across the blue line, could be held in. McCourtry taps it middle, but Coyle's stick is there first. Shot blocked. Back to the far point. Byers will start the cycle. Reaches Shepard, tries to carry it along. Missed the puck a little bit. Travels up and now out. Under a minute to play on the Kevin Schwartz unsportsmanlike conduct. Again, an awkward sequence. You can understand his frustration. Thought he was going to have a penalty, no call from the referees. Obviously, you got to keep your cool right there if you are Kevin Schwartz and understand that you're too valuable for your team to take a game penalty like that. Coyle killing off more time. He'll send this down the ice, forcing Nasarino out of his net. Watching her flying in on the forecheck. Bounce pass off to Shepard. Shepard with options. Nick Shepard still with it. Shepard, the shot save made, and it goes past the stick of Hickson. Wasn't able to get a second one off. McCourtry will rattle it down to the corner. Sent out in front, and again no shot to Tess Guarnieri. 3 seconds left, and the power play will expire. stays at a 5-goal game with just over 9 minutes remaining. Costanzo off to Coyle. Sparred away by Bellaro. Home run pass will go right back down. Chris sends it to the Taibbi. Up the boards. Knocked down by Waterman. Pressed by Taibbi, trying to get it away from him. To the stick of Burke, taken away by Fink. He's down Main Street. Fink chopping it up. He was looking for the shot, and Guarnieri will get it underneath his pads. Another save. Guarnieri with a tough night. Being tested so often. Bellaro holding it in. Trying to slice through the checks. Popped off his stick. Costanzo looks across for Coyle. Couldn't pick it up past the blue line. Had a little bit too much speed to handle it. Smith with it again. Will fade deep in his own zone. Costanzo, pass intercepted. Pops free once more. Bellaro comes away with it, and on the backhand, he'll dump in. It was on net, steered aside by Guarnieri. Sits free in the corner. Up the wall, Coyle. Flips it off the stick and out. Coyle still with it. Has a man out in the middle. It's Smith. Couldn't get it to him. Looked back. Now got it to Smith. One more pass. Out in front. No shot comes through. Still in the high slot. Trying to be held in by Waterman. No one with clean control just yet, and a penalty upcoming as well, as Taibbi will touch up, a sign that it will go against the Lions. 7:26 remaining in regulation. Geekus to the left circle. Wins it off to the boards. Longwood will flip it out thanks to Hickson. Be a hard comeback for KPC, especially without Kevin Schwartz. Big part of their offense. Directed on net and patted aside by Guarnieri. Bamonte will feed it back to Coyle below his own net. Coyle starts to accelerate. Looks like he'll carry it past the blue by himself. Sweeping off to the right side. Pressed with 1:20 left on the power play. Clock under 7 in the period. Coyle taking it back off the boards. Tries to play chip and chase. Looks out in front. Gets it to a man. A shot saved. Nasarino. Johnny on the spot again. Puck to the high slot. Bamonte shimmies it to the left. Another shot. Nasarino got on top and will kill play. Pass down to the goal line as KPC try to set up. Up top to Bamonte. Landman putting it out in front for a quick shot. Karam's off to the corner. Hickson with an opportunity to clear. Still caught up in some bodies, and Coyle will come away from the pack. Coyle ramps it for Geekus. Takes a couple of steps. Geekus a shot. No one tipped it. Free for Bamonte. Returns it to the goal line. Off his stick. Smith an opportunity to clear. Instead directs it off to the corner, and it's back for KPC. 22 seconds left on the power play. Pass almost came out in front, but it was intercepted. Here comes Bellaro, already a couple of goals in the game, trying to make it a hat trick. Geekus on his back, shot, hits off the shoulder of Guarnieri. Up high in the air, Smith comes away from the fray. Another shot goes off the pads of Guarnieri, back out for Longwood, and Hickson will give it to Shepard. Flips it down the ice, and that will do it for the 5-on-4. And icing against Shepard as he didn't realize that the clock was expiring. So go down for our O-zone draw. KPC still down by 5 goals. Puck pops to the blue line off the draw. Waterman, a wrister, hits some traffic, but Nasarino tracks it down into the glove. Shaves off another couple of seconds. This time Longwood clear. Could break away with some numbers. Waterman the low man back. Pass across. Nikortri shoved the shot wide. Taibbi with it again. Bellaro with Pugh out in front of him. Under 5 minutes to play in the third. Bellaro just looking for some open ice. Finds Shepard. Looks to pass it across the blue line. Team offsides. They got to reset. Another turnover. Nikortri this time trying to capitalize. Works around the hit from Muller. Gives it to Taibbi late on the play. Back to Nikortri. Looks for a centering feed. Hits off a skate and almost ends up in the net. Guarnieri had to react quickly. Obviously did save it. Net came off its mooring slightly, so they'll try to reset. Hickson with some room. Whiffs on his shot, then sends it across the ice. Burke trying to get to it. Fink onto it first. Rimmed up the boards. Byer with time. Just puts the cycle back on. Coyle trying to twirl it around. Held in. Fink at the goal line. Sends it out in front. And they find another. Longwood just trying to kill off the remainder of this 3 minutes and 48 seconds. Coyle looking for some offense. Take it cleanly back to the blue line, accidentally playing it out. Burke tapping it almost to Fink. That could have caused another breakaway. Costanzo to Coyle. Pulls it past one. Coyle looking across, another shot. Jake Coyle out in front of the net, goes down low and scores. Late goal here for KPC. Trying to end the game on a high note. Burke with it again as he dives below the goal line. Taibbi, pressured, breaks it past the blue regardless. Pinched in by Geekus, he swipes it around the boards. Down to Macklin Smith. Gives it over to Michael Coyle, reverses it. Burke can skate on. 2:37 remaining in the third period. Michael Coyle with it again, past the red line. Tips off to his left side. Coyle sliding it to the middle. Geekus a shot. Elevates above the crossbar. Rebound goes right back to KPC, looking for more pressure. Nasarino knocking it down. Had to get on top of it for the whistle. And 2:19 left. Puck goes free to Bamonte, looking for a tip in front. Up to the blue line, Mueller will hold the zone. KPC weaving across, looking for more shooting lanes. Goes into the skate of Nicortri as Longwood try to clear. Bamonte a good forced turnover. He'll drive towards the net on the backhand, swiping in front, had a Longwood player step up in front of him and shut it down. Only a $1:36 left. Longwood in an iron-tight lead right now of 5 goals. They will be advancing to 6-1-2 in this junior varsity season here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. KPC will go to 5-4, still above 500. But obviously they prefer wins against tough opponents like this. Definitely was a close game in the first. KPC never let it, though, as Longwood and the Knights were just trading goals back and forth and back and forth. Eventually, Longwood broke free, found a multi-goal lead, and haven't looked back since. Bamonte trying to get it out as the time continues to expire. KPC can rush 3 up the ice. Bamonte past the blue line, powering to the slot, pulling up, looking for the shot, interrupted. Longwood take it right back. Slid down the rink. KPC can control. Kicked up by Watchinger. Sparred off of his stick. Crossed the blue line for Fink. His wrister didn't get a lot on the puck. Under 30 seconds to play now. Maybe one more shot. Nasarino trying to track it. Almost tipped by Smith. Ten seconds left, and Longwood look like they're just going to hold it. One more pass off to Taibbi, and that will do it as we hit triple zeros on the clock. Longwood take this matchup 8-3 here on the LI Sports Network. We'll be back for one more game on the South Rink. Smithtown Hauppauge, their JV Red team versus St. Anthony's JV Gold. Don't go anywhere for that matchup. Once again, final score, Longwood 8, KPC 3.